Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah, and I am so happy to have you here on Blueprint for Success. Well, it's November, another month, and another theme. Our theme for this month is Blueprint for Gratitude. So all of this month, we will be talking about gratitude, appreciation, and being thankful for everything. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Well, you have, 25 minutes to get to the poll if you have not already voted. So understand if you haven't voted, if you're not on this evening, but go and take the pleasure in the freedom that you have to vote. And vote. So thank you so much. Thank you also for always tuning in, for praying for us, commenting, sending likes and shares. Please continue to do so. I appreciate it so very much. So again, this month we are talking about gratitude. And this is something that I just love.
And you know, gratitude is something that you can just give and give and give, and it doesn't take anything away from you, but you can bless and encourage others. Now I know if you keep up with Build Your Best Life, you're like, why is she on there by herself? Well, I have a guest, and I am still anticipating her getting on, maybe a little bit late, but our guest for this evening is Bradye Robinson, so hopefully she will get on momentarily. But thank you so much, Cynthia, Dan, and Peggy for tuning in, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this great topic because I do believe it is a great topic. So, you know, everything that is around us that we can see, feel, smell are things that we can be grateful for. Those things should bring a smile to our faces, a smile. And that is what our topic is today. Smile. Just think about it. You got up this morning, of course, because if not, you would not be listening to me this evening. So you were blessed with a new day. That's a gift, and that should have been enough to make you smile. If you were able to go into your kitchen, you were not living out on the streets, and you could get something to eat, you had some clothes to wear, and you know, everything like that, transportation to get somewhere, that should have put a smile on your face. Uh, so, again, there are so many things for you to be grateful for, and you should appreciate, and will put a smile on your face. And you know, sometimes it's not it is amazing to me, but I love to see there are some people that no matter when you see them, where you see them, they always have a smile on their face. And so it would lead you to believe, oh, they always have it going on. They never have any issues or any problems. But I'm sure that's not so because we all have um, problems every now and then. You know, but sometimes people can, you know, put on the facade that they don't have any, but sometimes people are just that grateful. They know how to show that gratitude and show that they are appreciative of everything that is going on. So they smile despite what's going maybe going on. That is so right, Cynthia. Cynthia says we don't realize the things that we take for granted until something happens and we don't realize it. You are so right. That's, you know, it's just like you don't know what you don't know. So if you're sitting there and you go out there to start that car and it doesn't start, you may have been previously complaining about, oh, I've had this car 5 years. I've had this car 10 years. I've had this car 15 years. But every time you went out there, started it up, it was moving, right? But then you go out there and it does not start. And it's like, wow. No, I really did have it. It was, you know, I had a good thing going. I had reliable transportation. It was taking me from point A to point B whenever I got in the mood, every time I got out there to go. And uh So you just don't realize it. So yes, I love that analogy, Cynthia. Thank you for sharing. But again, think about that. You don't. It's just like when I was in corporate America, and your coworkers, and they talk, and people that report to you, and when they had the slightest little argument with their spouse, or normally a spouse, because the first thing they do is take off their ring and they come to work, and it's like, why do you say that? Well, why you don't have your ring on? You're still married. Everybody has spats every now and then. So why is it that the first thing you do is take off your rings, and then you want to know why people think that there is something going on? So you want to know, well, who put my business out there? Well, you did, and when you didn't have to, because you still are married, and again, you have to communicate and talk about things and get things done, right? So again, be grateful for those little things. And you'll have a lot of times, just like Cynthia said, that people don't realize until they don't have something. But let's just say, as an example, you have someone and they have been an A student all their time in school, and they've always tried to be the one to do a good job. They've always done a good job. And so then they think, oh, I'm going to be valedictorian. I'm going to be valedictorian one day. And then that day comes and they are not valedictorian, they're salutatorian, and they lose it. They just lose it. Okay. Just like you were studying and doing the best that you could, someone else was as well. But just because you're number 2 and not number 1, you still have something to be grateful for. How many people out there wish that they were number 2 in their class? Mm-hmm. So it's just amazing that we don't realize what we have. Hello, Bradye, how are you?
Hello. I do apologize. I keep forgetting you're not here in the great state of Texas. So I had it on my calendar at 6:30 my time, because I'm thinking your turn. So I'm so glad that I was checking, but I was just sitting here reading over my content and waiting for you, and you were waiting for me. So hey. Sorry about that.
Well, I told him, I said, I know y'all are wondering why Brady's not on here, but she'll be on momentarily.
Yes, I do apologize, and thank you all that are listening for waiting for me. But I got some nuggets for you, and it will be worth your wait. And I do apologize again. As you know, this is a busy day in our country, so we are just trying to handle all things so we can watch this night transpire in front of us. So I'm excited.
Yes. So, Bradye, introduce yourself so some people out there may not know you.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Bradye Robinson. I am a frequent guest of Coach Deborah's Build Your Best Life. I am a published author. I'm a speaker, a motivational speaker, and I call myself a vision board strategist and a tax analyst and financial budget coach. Now, that sounds like a whole lot, but to sum it up, I am a child of the Most High God who wants to help you live under an open window of heaven. That's the financial portion, while making your dreams come true. That's the vision board specialist, and giving back what God has given to me in my form of a book.
That's awesome. Yes. Thank you, Bradye. But Bradye, whenever I see you, I was talking about people who smile. Now, whenever I've seen you, you have had that beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Is that smile a result of the gratitude that you feel? Or are you just a happy person? Or are you one of those people that I mentioned, they just smile in spite of?
Yes, thank you for asking. Well, I think it is contagious. So I've always had a big smile. I have a big personality. And always, I love to have fun, right? I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. So yes, I am smiling often. And it is a result of just being so grateful. And that's why I wanted to come on here and accepted your invitation, because talking about smiling and gratitude, I love when you do your gratitude series. I love that because it is so important. It's so much. I don't want to tell my points, so I don't want to get ahead of it, but I'm really excited about this topic, Coach, because if you change your perspective, but when you think about it, we really all have something to smile about, right? Because if you're still living, no matter how bad it is, but yeah, it is a result of just being grateful and just realizing, hey, I don't look like what I've been through. I'm not what the enemy set out for me to be. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy for all these blessings that are pouring in my life, and excited to see what God has planned for us.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. And I love that smile. You keep
Thank you. I love yours too, Coach. Yes.
it. Okay, well, in your opinion, does gratitude help people to have a greater sense of happiness? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe. Okay, so when I did some research and just kind of looking at things, because I like to come on your show, I love your viewers. Everybody's so supportive, and I like to give great information that they can go back, regurgitate, use in everyday life, pass on to somebody else. So for me, yes, I believe expressing gratitude can positively change your brain. Okay. So then, you know me, Coach, I dug in, did some research, because I don't want to just tell you, well, I feel and I think. I love stats. I love numbers. Numbers don't lie. Let's get some facts. So I did dig in and do some research. Okay. So I did some research by this physician. It's a psychiatrist. Her name is Kristen Francis. She's a psychiatrist at Huntsman Mental Health Institute. What they found, expressing gratitude does positively change your brain because it boosts dopamine and serotonin. Okay. So we all know about dopamine, the things that, what gets people addicted or make you want to crave things. So the key phrase is that dopamine, gratitude, is addictive, right?
All right.
And it boosts your serotonin. The neurotransmitters in the brain that improve your mood immediately clicks on when you smile. So when you guys think about it, smile, just test it out, smile. You immediately kind of start feeling up. That's why, like in the midst of crying, if you just kind of fake it or push a smile, your sadness comes down. Wow. And I thought, yes, I've experienced that, but to find research and data on that, that is true, that we're not just saying, oh, I think or I feel, but there's actual serious research about this. But it was saying that when you give those positive feelings of pleasure, happiness, and well-being, it does positively change your brain, which changes your thought process in that moment. So, yes, it does give a greater sense of happiness, I believe.
Oh, that's great. I love those facts. I love those facts.
They can't argue with the facts, Coach, because everybody, today we're in a season of debating everything, right? We're in a season of, okay, Coach, you said this, what is this? Let's go with some facts. Let's go with some studies on some real human beings, on some real licensed degree professionals. And I'm like, let's just drop some facts. So that's less arguing, because we're here to just empower the people, not argue, but actually provide them information, which is what I love about Build Your Best Life, because the information you provide, we can actually go back and research it as facts.
All right. Thank you. That sounds wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. So, hey, y'all get to smiling. If you're not smiling, y'all can find something.
Try it out. Test it. Everybody test and smile, and you immediately feel something. It's like a smile high. It's the dopamine in it. So, yeah, I mean, you know how they say, Coach, we heard that from Coach Ricardo. Fake it till you make it.
That's right.
Just smile, and you'll catch up with it. I'm going to stop because I'm about to go into my next point. So, I'm going to let you go here with it. I got a lot to
say. All right. No matter how well we prioritize, organize, and plan, everything will never be 100% the way we want it. That's God true. Has plans for our lives, and his timing is perfect, So therefore, no matter the circumstance, we should find gratitude, because it's a plan. It's based on some good timing. Mm-hmm. So have gratitude. But Bradye, help our audience to understand how they can focus on positive aspects of life, regardless of the situations that may be going on, according to their
Okay.
plans and desires.
Good. Okay. So, guys, if you want to grab a pen and paper, I'm going to drop 3 points on this one. So, she's asking me, Coach is saying, help us understand how can we focus on positive aspects of our life, regardless of the situations that are coming according to to our plans and desires. Because we know that the key word is regardless, because it's going to come regardless. Situations will arise, but we have an opportunity because we have that free will. We can choose gratitude. We can choose to smile. So my first point that I want to drive home for this question, just saying, how can we focus on positive aspects? First things first, we're going to start with a smile.
All right.
So, like I said, we're going to start with a smile. What I found is smiling makes us feel better. Remember, we just talked about that serotonin, dopamine. It's literally the muscles in your face communicate with your brain, and it all works together. So, smiling makes us feel better. It shifts and alters our mood. So, the first point again is start with smiling. Just smile. Start with a smile because it does make you feel better and it shifts and alters our mood.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pause before I go into my second point. Remember the old folks used to say, fix your face?
Yeah. Yes.
Fix your face.
Yeah, fix
It
your
is so
face.
true. When I was studying for this show tonight, that's what I kept hearing. I kept hearing my mom, fix your face, fix your face. We walk in, just smile. You get better results when you smile. Just smile. People respond to you better. If I walk into a room and I'm like this, you're probably gonna be like, oh. But if I walk in, hey coach, how you doing? It's more open, it's more welcoming, it's more inviting. And I think it's more prosperous in that space. My second point on this one, remember, because she just asked me, give us some positive aspects, regardless of situations coming up in your life. My second note will be speak that thing. We're gonna speak that thing. I think we underestimate the power of our own tongue. Okay. We can change how we feel about a situation by speaking positively. Now, Coach, you've had Minister Carol Crockett on here several times, which always talks about the power of our words. I so agree with that. I've always heard that, but I didn't get into it until she started driving home, but it makes so much sense. So my second point on that is speak that thing. And that's exactly what I was speak it. You speak that thing. Use your tongue for positive. Speak it the way you want to see it. And I know that's easier said than done, because when I look at my bank account, the fact of the matter is, yeah, I'm broke. I don't have it, but we're going to speak that thing. My finances are turning around. Money comes to me all the time. We're going to speak that thing because, again, we can change how we feel about a situation by speaking positively.
All right.
Lastly, the last point I wanted to drive home on this question was pay attention to when you are in a negative space. Pay attention to when you are in a negative space. Now, we know when we're in a negative space. We know when we're not feeling it. Maybe some people are a morning person, or you just got out of a meeting with a boss and it wasn't the best. Pay attention to when you are in a negative space, because you are in control of you. So this really can affect your attitude of gratitude. This can take away your smile if you're not paying attention to when you're in a negative space. So let me give you a little example here. You know what? I had a rough day. Just got off this call. My kids run up. Y'all, I had to literally tell them right when I get off work, I just got off work. Give me 30 minutes. Give me a little, just let me kind of unwind. Let me digress. I know I may not be in the best space because I may have just gotten off of an escalated call because I'm a supervisor, so I have to handle the complaints. But I know that I'm in that space. So instead of letting them walk in and I bark at them or say something mean to hurt their feelings or snap at them for no reason, all they were asking was because they have a sandwich. And I'm blah, 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 blah. I know I'm in a negative space. So I say, hey guys, I just got off work. Give me a few minutes. Let me unwind. and they'll go out of my room and they'll let me digress. But just saying that eliminated me verbally abusing them, being mean, frowning, and putting negative, even more negative energy into the household. That's not what I want to do. So I want to encourage you guys to pay attention to when you're in your negative space. And coach, I thought this was my last point, but I got one more, and then we can go to the next question. My last point was replace your thoughts with positive ones.
Mhm.
And I say that because we've all heard of Joyce Meyer. I do believe in, I learned that we don't have to keep everything that fall in our head. So my mother taught me replace your thoughts with positive ones. Now, coach, I think I shared this before on one of your shows. I remember I was right out after high school, right after college, and my first boyfriend, my first real boyfriend, oh, he broke up with me. And I was, when you break up, then you run back home to mama, right? So I had my own apartment. I show up, my mama come go to church with you. I ain't been to church in a month of Sundays. She knew something was up because here I come trotting in church. And I sit and I write her a note. She's in her usual spot. And I slip her a note so the usher don't see me. I slip her a little note. He broke up with me. My mother wrote back, think happy thoughts. Y'all, that was over 25 years ago. I remember that to this day. My mother had not seen me because, I'm young. I'm right, like what, 19, 20, running behind this guy. Now he done broke up with me. And my mother been there all along. I ain't been to church. And now I come in here because I'm sad. She said, think happy thoughts. That stuck with me. And I teach my children, like if someone's being mean or maybe because a lot of time maybe the teachers are speaking harshly to you, replace your thoughts with a happy time. Think about when we went on our cruise. Think about a trip. Think about when we did this, but replace your thoughts with positive ones. So if you compile those 4 nuggets I gave you together, I think you're in a good place.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Start with a smile. Speak that thing. Pay attention to when you are in a negative space, and replace your thoughts with positive ones. Oh, that's a lot to put in your toolkit right there. Those
Yes.
are helpful tips. Let me ask you a question. So you're talking about, making sure that you're not in a negative space and think positive thoughts. Have you ever found yourself with someone that you really, really like, but every time they call you, they text you, or you're together, it's always just negative?
Yes. And let me confess, I've been that person. I've been that person. Me, most positive, bubbly Brady. I've been that person. I remember, like I said, I think back and I think it goes, we have different phases of life. We're growing, learning who we are. Of course, the woman I am today is not the woman I was in my 20s and 30s and things like that. But I remember, first, I want to start with, I remember being that person. I remember people complaining about the same thing over and over and beating it in the dirt. And bless my friend's heart, they tried, but I did have a friend say, you need to be a little bit more grateful. And they we call it pull your coattail, kind of check me on it. But I was that person. I was in a time in my life where I was Debbie Downer. It was nothing I had to say positive. And all of that was angry with myself and the state that my life had became because of the actions and choices I made, right? So, we're in control of 80%. It's that 20% we can control, but that 80 is a big number. So I'm angry with how things are going and I'm snapping at people, being
All right. I think Brady's a little froze there. We shall pop back in a minute because I was on the edge of my seat.
I think my connection froze, but I said it's going to come back in just a moment. But I was just saying I was that person. And so to answer your question, have you been around that person that's just always, yes, I have. So what I try to do, because it's some people that they do go through a lot and maybe they have a little bit more things on their plate that's heavier than ours. So it's only human and normal to kind of, because we've all had seasons, right, Coach? You've had
That's
seasons
right.
where one after another, okay, come on, I can't catch a break. And we're human. So yeah, I'm probably not in the best of moods. I'm probably, but what I try to do for when I come across that, I try to just be positive and compliment that person. Let them know how grateful I am to know them. I appreciate you. Send a text. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I'm glad that you're my friend. Thank you for being in my life. Just this past Sunday, I sent a message to this lady. I went down to the altar for prayer, and I just went up to her and I said, "Would you walk with me? I can't do this alone." And she was like, "Thank you for choosing me." And I had to send her a message. "Thank you for coming with me, because I've complained to you about this for 3 months and I'm just now going to the altar. You could have told me, girl, you should have been to the altar, and I'm over it." But they stood with me. So just showing gratitude. I believe those people that are kind of always in kind of downers all the time, the best of all things, love. Give them love, shower them love, kill them with kindness. Because you cannot, we know about the salt and the darkness, the light and the darkness, the salt of the earth. You can't put our light out. So enough of that gratitude, those smiles, the positivity, it will break through some of that darkness on some of those people, I believe.
Oh, I love that. That is so good. That's so good. I needed to hear that. I
Right?
love that. Yes. All right. So if you have just joined us, our topic today is smile, and we should all be able to smile because we have so much around us that we should be grateful for. There's not a time, I started out saying this, there's not a time that you should get up in the morning, because if you woke up, hey, that's
Hey,
thank you, Lord.
that's it. That's it. That is so true. It's so much to be grateful for. And the smile is your best accessory. I mean, I get it. Some people may not like their smile, whatever it is, but it's your smile is beautiful because it is yours. It's yours. And it's, to me, that's just kind of like a glimpse into your heart. Earlier I said fake it till you make it, but you realize you fake it long enough, you'll catch up with it. And that's why
Yes.
one of my points I was saying, fix your face. Fix your face. Your actions will follow that. But if you walk in all twisted and stank face, your attitude will follow that. But there are so many times that I stand up, maybe in children's ministry, when I'm teaching or, talking to my children, and I don't feel like smiling and the world is on my shoulder. But I find that if I smile, I go into it, my words are softer. Love is given more freely and it's receptive. I receive more positive than I would negative. So it's
Mm,
kind of like guiding it, controlling that thing.
yeah. And you see, you smile, you and like the question I asked you, you turn that into a positive, and look what Cynthia says. Can you see it on the screen?
I see it. You're such an awe of what you're talking about. Thank you, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia, I have cried to her. She has seen me not smile so much. She's prayed with me. But at the end of it, I'm always leaving with a smile. So thank you, Cynthia, for making me smile. She makes me laugh. I love her. Thank you for that comment.
Yep. And you say it'll catch up with you. That's like, anything that you do consistently, it becomes a habit.
That's true.
So even when I'm home by myself, I try to, if I catch myself not smiling, I try to start smiling.
Right.
Because hey, it could be so different than what it is. I don't have anything not to be smiling for.
Right, right. That's true. I mean, it's even little things, even when you're in the worst situation, like you said, if you woke up, that's it. It may not be the best house, but you have somewhere to live. Even if you don't have somewhere to live, if you are able to lay on someone's couch, if you're able to go to a shelter, it is something to be grateful for and to be positive about. And just smile. The smile makes it kind of, to me, it makes it feel better. in spite of, we are not saying band-aid or hide your issues or act like you don't have any issues, but you can still have joy and smile while you're going through and experiencing those issues. I had to learn that. For me, that was the difference in joy and being happy. And I never knew the real difference. Happy is, oh, I'm happy, I'm excited, it's my birthday. But I can have joy as I buried my sister because I know that I'm going to see her again. I'm sad because physically she's gone, but I'm excited because she gets to see Jesus before me. Go up there and tell him, hey, Brady's coming too. Make room. So, yes.
Well, you're right, because I'm going to tell this little story. I try not to make it long, but and as I was telling it to someone, they said, I don't see how you can sit there and tell that story. I would just be still falling out. But I have my 7 heartbeats, those my grandkids. Well, the youngest one, so one Friday night, it was this year in January 29th, I remember, was at church in a leadership class. And so, of course, my phone was in my purse on vibrate. Well, the facilitator asked us to ask someone to read a scripture. So that made me pull my phone out. So as soon as I pulled my phone out, I laid it on the pew and it rang. It was my youngest son. And so I, hurried up and like, okay, I'm in the leadership training. Then he texts back and say, emergency. So I jumps up, go in the back, and I'm trying to talk. And all I know is he said, Mama, I messed up, da-da-da, I hear rescue, da-da-da. So I got to get out of there. I won't tell the whole story, but I had to, so me and my husband, we had to get out of there. And I was crying. And so the facilitator was like, is something wrong? And I was like, I know I said grandbaby in water, but she was in the bathtub and she had drowned. She was in one of these little things, and the way her legs was moving, her legs got in one little slot and she slid in the tub. And when my son and my grandson called for his dad, she's just gone. And he picked her up, and he had the video. I hope his wife made him delete it, but from the video, he got her and just laid her down and just looked at her. She was gone. And I guess his training kicked in. He's a police officer, so he started the CPR and told Alexis to call rescue. And I didn't know what was going on, but it was like I was in the hospital, so I was the first one got there, which I didn't realize they had detained him. They wouldn't let him leave, and the mom was working. But when I got in that hospital room, so I'm not knowing what to expect because my baby was gone.
Right.
And so I'm thinking she's going to be, tubes. And I walked in there. At first, I passed by because I just saw this little baby by himself. And then I backed up, and it was her. And she looked at her nana, and she smiled. And I smiled, and all was well with the world.
Yes, you see that. Yes, that's an awesome testimony. Yes,
but,
she needed to see you. See? Okay, so yes.
Yeah. So in all things. So
yes.
I didn't try to see now, God, why did they happen? No, my baby came back.
You see? You right there. That I love that. I love that. And people don't believe. We need these testimonies are so real, and we need to say them because it really does happen. And like I said, but your faith, your perspective, it never resonated with you. You had to see her for yourself. You see, and I'm glad that you didn't rest on what we could have went to in the first place. And hey, but that smile did it for you. She said, I love that. I love that.
You did this. All right. Okay, I'm gonna move right on. Okay. I thank God every morning for that. Oh
yes.
Anyway, can you please provide ways to exhibit gratitude that will assist others in feeling better and have more positive behavior as they strive to build their best lives?
Yes. So we know that this platform is about building your best life. So for me, I came up, and I'm going to keep it short, guys. I know I said that last time, but I really do just have 3 things. And I'm going to say it because I came on a little late. So I'm giving it to you kind of fast. But these are nuggets for you to pass on to somebody else. Share this clip because even when somebody is down. But first I said, say thank you. Thank you, 2 words. Start saying thank you more, right? And I'm going to tie it in to tell you how this is going to help with the smile and the gratitude. So, I'm providing ways to exhibit gratitude that will assist us and have more positive behavior. Say thank you. Okay, that's my first thing. Say thank you more. What I'm finding is the mannerism are being downgraded a lot. If someone hand you something, say thank you. If you walk through the door, speak to them. So first things first, say thank you. My second point on that is acknowledge when others do things for you. And that's the same as expressing gratitude. That is what we're talking about. This is blueprint for gratitude. Right? Coach Deborah does this series every year, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I want to keep my spot. So go ahead and put me down for next year. So, but acknowledge when others do things for you. Let me give you a real life example. I've been speaking for Coach Deborah for a couple years now. One thing I do say, she always send a note or something. She expresses her gratitude. Right? She's way in Florida. I'm in Texas. She makes sure at the end of the year, hey Bradye, thank you for serving, thank you for speaking the times that you did. Express gratitude, acknowledge when others do things for you, because what Coach Deborah doesn't understand, this gets my name out there, this helps my business, but not just the business. We are here to spread the word of God, right? And she's extended this platform and allowed me to be on it. I express my gratitude. That's why I told Jocelyn will be on next week. I said, whatever Coach Deborah need me to do, I'm saying yes. I've only told her no one time, and I felt so bad, but that was only because my kids had an event. But the reason being is she's so grateful. Coach, you're very grateful. You always tell me thank you. You follow up. You reach out. You keep me connected. You send me nuggets. So when people treat you that way, it's hard for you to turn it down. It's hard for you to say no. Exhibiting gratitude. So that's my second point. Acknowledge when others do things for you. And lastly, I have to put this in here, Coach. Give. You knew I was going to tie it in to give in some way, right? I had to. And that's why I like coming over here, because I can have fun with her. She know what I'm in. I'm going to bring it back to something.
Hey.
So give. Giving is nostalgic. Okay, guys, look it up. Do your research. I'm giving you all facts here. Giving is nostalgic, and it allows us to sow seeds. So we actually do have a say in our future. Okay, so let me tell you what that means. I have a small, because God owns it all, and God already He know my future 50,000 years ago. He knew what I would be. He knew I'd be sitting right here tonight. But if I sow positive seeds, and we're not just talking about money, I just said, say thank you, express gratitude. You want a compliment? Give a compliment. Women, ladies, quit looking at ladies and don't say nothing. You know her cute. Tell it's cute. It's okay. So give. When I say give, see, y'all thought I was going to go into the money. Give means just give whatever it is. Give is nostalgic. And it's setting whatever you give, you do know it will come back to you. So that's a great way to receive some of the gratitude, exhibit some of the gratitude, give compliments, give words of wisdom, give Bible scriptures, give encouraging words. Hey, I challenge you, go on your phone, scroll, wherever your phone stop on, send them a message, thinking about you, God bless. Simple like that. That person could be sitting there with a gun in their hand or ready to blow their head off. You don't know what they're going through. You can help somebody. So my 3 things on that is say thank you, acknowledge when others are doing things for you, which is expressing gratitude, and give. None of those cost anything. But they're one of the most richest fundamentals that you can receive back. So let's sow good seed. Let's sow, prosperous seeds. And it's not always in money, but you have to give and give it out. Give gratitude, and you'll start to get it back more. But just start honoring somebody. You're going through the door, somebody open the door, thank you, and keep going. It seems like we're not using our manners, as my mother would say.
That's right. Yes.
So funny.
I love it. I mean, and it's just It's just like my husband and I. If he brings me a lunch or a
Mhm.
meal or whatever, I say thank you for the lunch, thank you
Yeah.
for the dinner. You know, he
Right.
opens the door for me. Thank you. I mean, he does it because he loves me. He wants to do it, but I don't just take it for granted. I appreciate it. So why not say thank you? He doesn't have to, you
Right.
know?
Because if you didn't say it, he probably wouldn't do it as much, or he would do it at a sure obligation. And I don't want you to be nice to me out of obligation. Be nice to me because I'm nice to you, or that's for, not even because I'm nice to you, but be nice to me first of all because that's what you're supposed to do. But you made a good point there. He probably is heavy on the little things for Deborah because you do say thank you. He don't mind bringing you that lunch, and let me put a rose with it. Okay,
Oh,
let me give her a sweet treat with it. Let's bring a piece of cheesecake too, because they like to thank you. And I know your platform is Build a Best Life, and you originally, around boys. My son, I noticed that with my son, the more I thank him and I show appreciation, the more he does. Everybody just want to feel appreciated. They want to be noticed. They want to be seen. They want to feel like they matter, like they're
that's
important. I've learned that when I say, "Oh, Chance, thank you so much for taking out the trash for me." He walks bigger. You're welcome. It makes him feel better. It didn't cost me anything. That's
right.
this platform is build your best life. We're here to build up, not tear down. So
That's right.
you build up, brother Dan, all the time when you say thank you for my lunch. Hey, I had a good time with you. Thank you for taking me out. He probably like, okay, I'm ready to take her out again because everybody wants to feel appreciated. Though, think about it. They want to feel
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. And something else that you said, I love, love, love. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, just like
Right.
you say, you see somebody, you know they looking good, girl, and you
Yeah.
know you're wearing that dress today. Why do we don't want to do that? It's not costing me a thing, not a thing.
Right.
And you know she looking good. Let
And
her
you know
tell
she looking good. And think about it like this. You don't know what people are going through. She may have walked out the house and her husband didn't even say anything.
her. Right.
you know and I know how that is. You work hard. We want to look, and every woman wants a compliment. We like that, especially when we try things like that. Be kind, be nice to the woman. Like I always say, when I was a new mom, be nice to me when I look disheveled, because it was all I could do to get here. So that compliment made me kind of, okay, let me pull it together a little more and quit running out the house like this. It just helps your overall self-esteem, I think. And just be kind, be nice. This gratitude workshop is so wonderful because I think we're lacking on the gratitude. So let's just be nicer. Yeah.
Yeah,
We supposed to be building the best life, not tearing down the best life.
that's right. And thank you, Cynthia. It's so easy in any relationship to take things for granted and start to expect things, and we can forget to say thank you. We must be intentional. I love it, love it, love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for all those great nuggets. This has been, I know some of my topics are like, I don't know if I want to listen to that or not, but smile. I was intentional about smiling.
Thank you. And that says a lot that you picked me. So I thank you for that. I take that as a compliment. And that's that gratitude, because they show Coach Deborah, she does, you pay attention. So you notice I'm always smiling because I'm always laughing because I'm always joking, right? So I love to have a good time. But and I'm a cut it off after this. But what I did point out in my study, and what I did clearly hear God tell me, God promised me. He promised, I know what he promised me. And my smiles are because of the excitement of what God promised me. Even though what he promised me has not come into fruition yet, I get excited about what he's promised me. And I'm grateful that I didn't die in a dry place, because I
Mm.
went through a dry place and my season lasted for a long time. I could have gave up then. I could have called, hey, you know what? I'm checking out. I can't do this. But I got excitement from just thinking about what God promised us. He promised us that this too shall pass. He promised you that your better days are ahead of you. So
Right.
I find joy in that, and I feel like Okay, if you woke me up, that means I can get through it, Lord. But why you give me this hard thing? But be grateful, because he could have said, you know what, Bradye, you can't handle that. So don't even wake up tomorrow. You can't take this. That's too much for you. So I just get excited about the promises that God gave us.
That's right. It's good. Good, good, good. Well, I'm excited because next week is one of my special times. So y'all check
Build Your
this.
Best Life, Incorporated, with Coach Deborah, invites you to attend our 2024 Grateful Conference, Monday, November 11th through Thursday, November 14th. This year's theme is Blueprint to Show Gratefulness. Nightly presenters are Monday, November 11th, William Manimi; Tuesday, November 12th, Evangelist Catherine Trotter; Wednesday, November 13th, Jocelyn Charles; Thursday, November 14th, Coach Ricardo Miller. These leaders are professionals from all walks of life. They will enlighten everyone on their words of blessings and gratitude. Please join us nightly Monday, November 11th through Thursday, November 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can view these motivating and captivating messages live on the Build Your Best Life Facebook page and YouTube channel. Please mark your calendars to ensure you don't miss these powerful messages and reflect on what you are grateful for. This time of highlighting service, giving back, survival, and appreciating even the little things will bring hope and love to all. You don't want to miss this year's Grateful Conference, Blueprint to Show Gratefulness. In addition, Build Your Best Life looks forward to blessing a young man and a single mother who is raising a son during this event. Visit our website at www.buildyourbestlife.org for more information. Or send your tax-deductible gift to PayPal. Me, BYBLWDDS30.
Did you know that young man?
I said, oh gosh, we made the video. Thank you so much. I remember that. I love that.
Yes, I am super excited. It starts next week, next Monday. So put that on your calendars. Monday through Thursday, the 11th through the 14th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5:30 Central Time. You don't want to miss it.
Y'all, she said 5:30 Central Time. I missed that one. I'm over here trying to keep up with her in Florida, but you're right. But you got some heavy hitters next week. Y'all, this is going to be good. I'm going to be tuning in. Oh, I can't wait to see the other two people that you have on there. I'm excited about that. I hadn't heard them yet.
Yeah. So, yes. So, before I close out, you want to tell us about everything you're doing again? I know you mentioned it earlier, but tell us again.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you have not already, let's see, I can show it here. It's disappearing. It's my book, but it's called Your Power Within. You Have What It Takes. I am a published author. We are coming up on the end of the year. I am a tax professional. I am certified through the IRS. I handle taxes, but my heartfelt is speaking. I love to speak, and I love helping people walk in their purpose. This time of year gets really busy for me with vision boards. And I know people have their things about vision boards, whatever you want to call it, but we do know that we write the vision and make it plain, right? He tells us to put it on a tablet, give it to a girl so it can be prayed over and come forth in the land. So I look forward to this season. This is coming up a busy season, which is, the holiday season. So very grateful for these opportunities. You can find me on all social media handles under Bradye Robinson or Robinson Empowerment Group. And I feel like I'm at home when I come on Build Your Best Life. I'm sure you guys can tell Coach Deborah and I are good friends, as well as, we rub elbows in the business arena. I love that. But this is home for me. I feel comfortable here. I like this platform. I get to be myself.
And we love her.
I get to be myself. Coach Deborah never makes me feel weird or anything. She lets me be me, and I love that. So keep pushing this platform. It's needed. I've watched you grow and very excited about how you're expanding this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So please join us Thursday for Thursday Live, and my topic is going to be God's timing. Don't forget, we are declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives this year. God wants you to have prosperity and the future that you hope for. So please Draw up your blueprint for success based on the plans that God has for you. Put in the work. You got to put in the work now and build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Bradye. And I'll see you next time. But I'll be looking forward to seeing you on here next week. Bye bye.